Hey guys, welcome to Cracking Huevos with J and A,
I'm Jay.
and I'm A. Happy New Year, guys! This
Yes,
is gonna be
Happy
our
New
first
Year.
podcast of the year.
Yes,
Sorry we haven't been around, but we've been handling business.
for sure. Yeah. So today topic, what do you got what do you got for us, A?
What do I have? I feel like annoying ass coworkers.
For sure.
Have you
Start from the
have you
back.
experienced any shenanigans with coworkers?
Yeah, I have a lot of friends that have and myself too. I think I've been in the workforce for I think it's been like 20 years now. I was 18 when I started work 17 or 18 when I started working or something like that. I don't know. But yeah, I've had so many times where I'm pretty quiet, chill, but I just think people being in your business, people talking crap about other coworkers, people stealing food, people treating you because you're a new person. So many incidents. What about you?
Oh man. So I've been in one job. I didn't have too much issues with coworkers. I feel like personalities. You do take it takes a moment for you to like feel everybody out, like see the way they are, because you don't know these people. You know, you're walking into a place, and you just get to meet them. So it's like different personalities, and you're like, okay, is this person mad? Is this person just joking around? Is this person being sarcastic?
For
You know, so it
sure.
takes a minute.
Yeah.
But yeah, but now like I'm in a different job where there's more people because I'm used to my typical two people, and that's it.
Yeah.
In
At
my
least you
little
could deal with
shift,
those. Yeah.
in my little shift, I have one or two people, and within 4 to 6 hours, I'm gone. But in this job, there's more than 10 people, so it's like just adapting to everybody.
Yeah.
Well, not that I have to adapt to anybody, but just getting to know them and their personalities.
Yeah.
It's some hard work, man.
For sure. Yeah. I also hear like there's different cliques in certain places. I worked at this one place for 9 years. So I was in one department, then I went to another department, and we all had to work together collectively. And I think the hardest thing is making friends with coworkers. And then once you leave the job, you're like, I guess we weren't friends. I
Yeah.
learned I was naive when I was young, so you're gonna go through it yourself. But I learned to not get attached to coworkers, especially like I
Yeah.
had my previous job or the job I'm at now. They're talking about like Instagram, social media, and I was like, yeah, I don't add coworkers. And someone gave me like this weird look. They can be offended. I don't care. You annoying. You talk about everybody. How do I know
Yeah.
you're not going to talk about me? So it's also keeping your guard, right? But
Yeah.
what do you think is like the number one annoying thing with coworkers, in your opinion?
Well, the I think people just trying to step over you, or like
Yeah,
they
sure,
kind of act like mean, like kind of mean girls, and I'm like, this is a professional place. Act right. This is not a playground.
for
You
real.
know.
Yeah,
I feel like we're all here for a purpose.
yeah,
I always have this motto: I'm here to make money, not friends. Like simple
exactly.
as that.
Right. But there's some cool people you come
But
across. But I get it. Yeah,
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 but it is important to have some type of connection because
yeah,
these are people you're working with. These are people that potentially you might need help one day
yeah,
in your job or vice versa.
yeah,
So it's important to get along.
for
You don't
sure.
have to like them, but for sure you have to respect each other. You
100.
know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely. I 100, I agree with you. I feel like, especially if depending where you're working at, it's a crucial time. One of my jobs right now, I'm kind of solo, but we are, group. We do like a lot of some group works and meetings sometimes, right? But I just know my space. I keep it distant. But I was reading a lot of things like about. I know it's so stupid, but on TikTok, sometimes it's entertaining at night. I'm just doom scrolling, and they're talking about like when you mind your own business and your coworkers start messing with you. So they don't like when you're quiet,
Yeah.
right? And sometimes I do my own thing, but I remember this one time I was at a job. I was at some place. I was doing some back work, and this one lady was like, "Oh, you're messy, Jay. You talk crap, blah blah blah," because someone had got fired or whatever. I was like, I didn't even talk to the lady. How did I get thrown in this, right? So you never know,
Yeah.
and a lot of things like that. I always tell this, like, if a coworker comes in, they're talking crap about another coworker already. It's like a movie review, right? You
Yes.
watch it for yourself and you make your own decision. You can't. Do you think that listening to someone else's opinion about that person is gonna change your mind about that person that they're talking crap
It
about?
can.
Yeah.
It
See,
can
that's
if
not fair.
depends on
You
your
don't even know them.
mindset.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How?
Depending on your mindset, because I feel like I'm strong about that. Like, I don't, if you gossip about somebody, guess what? Now I'm cautious about you because you're the one gossiping about that
Exactly.
person.
Yeah. You think you're
So,
free for all,
it
they
might,
won't do. I mean, not you're free
yeah,
from it all. Yeah.
yeah. And then I'm a strong believer, like, people will be a certain way with you. That's because you treated them a certain way. You know? People are not just going to be mean just to be mean.
You don't think so?
Well, depends, because some people do have some trauma and
Small
shit.
percentage.
They're just angry all the time.
Yeah. Well, some people also prejudge maybe the color of your skin, your sexuality,
Yeah,
prejudging. But I know what you mean. That's a small portion. But still,
yeah,
people for the most part, they're not going to be rude and mean, right?
yeah.
Okay.
So I feel like if they're already talking shit about that person, I'm like, okay, so you must have did something for that
Mhm.
person to get into your business.
Yeah. Yeah.
And, but I am going to give that person a chance because I don't even know them yet. And you're telling me she's a bitch, but maybe she's a bitch with you, but she's not going to be a bitch with me. You
Right?
know?
For
She could be
real.
the total opposite.
I know
So,
that's the thing. They want to get you on that side. It's a power control, right? So, but some
yeah.
coworkers are annoying because I feel like, different things I hear about my partner, they're all, a lot of them hang out outside of work. And one lady was complaining, like, "Oh, it's not fair. You guys didn't invite me." I'm like, "Lady, it's outside of work. Maybe they don't like you. You have a certain,
Yeah.
she's a certain age, over 50, have a couple kids. Nothing wrong with that." But I'm like, why are you crying at work about not getting invited? Like, I would be like, oh, whatever. Because if your last
Yeah.
invitation, to me, I strongly believe it. Don't invite me if you thought about me last minute or whatever. But you're at work. They're not your friends. If they want to hang out without you,
Yeah.
let them hang out. That's annoying because
And
then you don't want to hear
honestly,
them
I wouldn't
complain.
even want to hang out with anybody from work,
Yeah, no, you
you
don't think
know?
so? The people you
Because,
met.
no. Because I feel like it takes a certain maturity level to hang out with somebody outside of work, you know?
It does.
And if I feel like they're not mature enough, I feel like they're going to go to work and make little comments
Oh
about,
yeah.
like, oh, you know what happened last night? Or for people to question, especially like our superiors, and they overhear conversations, is like, that's not cool.
Oh, for sure. You were just telling me a couple days ago about someone was trying to fish information from you, like, where do you live? Do you have social
Oh,
media?
yeah, yeah,
I was like, watch your back, girl, because they're
yeah.
only asking questions to get to something. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I just found it odd that I just met this person and they wanted my phone number. And I was like, for what? And they
Mm.
used an excuse, you know. But I was like, and I'm thinking, oh, they're going to put me in like a group chat. No. So then that made me question, no, this bitch is being
Yeah,
fishy.
because
She's
why do they
being
need that
fishy.
information? And
Uh huh.
people find out so much stuff everywhere.
But
But
I mean, I don't have nothing to hide. I mean, they want to get to know me.
so knowing coworkers, so sometimes they're fishing for information, right? They're just trying to. I strongly believe that because I always saw this thing like, oh, find your coworkers on Instagram first or whatever, so you block them, they can't find you. But it is a weird dynamic. I worked at a place where these people I worked with them for a couple of years, and these people became my supervisor, and it made it so frustrating having them on social media. It makes it so like you just feel like
Yeah, no.
I gotta hide, I gotta do this, I can't do this, right? But
Yeah.
it's also annoying if people do know stuff about your life. How do you know they're not talking about you with other people or going on and so on, right? Yeah.
Yeah, and then people are so shady and so like nasty because I feel like there's a lot of like, especially if you work in depending on the field you work,
Yeah.
people will like what is it? Report you to like, you know,
Yeah, yeah. I've
higher
heard that
people.
too. People who were out at
Mhm.
the I think the Dodger celebration, they saw them on TV or
Yeah.
something and they got fired because they called out sick.
Yeah. And then I'm like, and then when they start recording you at parties, I find that very like, why are you recording?
You know why
You
they're
know?
recording you. Yeah, but I
Yeah.
understand
Yeah,
why.
yeah.
Like you got no time in your
Uh-huh.
life. Like people
Yeah.
just want to use it for later or against you or whatever. But even though you're off the
Yeah.
side of your company, people can make life hell with something like that. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. What about, do you know
Yeah.
any incidents of having a bad experience or know somebody that
Well,
might
so
be
far, I mean, I went from like a part-time job to a full-time job, right? So
right?
even small things like your lunch, So in my part-time job, I would never take a lunch. I would just take a little snack because I'm only there for like 4 hours,
Yeah,
you
yeah,
know. And then here, my full-time job, I have to take a lunch, right? Because
yeah.
I'm there longer.
Yeah.
And then people would be like, "Put your name on it," because people steal lunches, and I'm like, "Who the hell would do that?"
Damn. Is that universal? I hear that all the time. Yeah.
I'm like, if you didn't buy it, and it's not a community thing, because some places are like, okay, I bought coffee creamer, and it's for everybody,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
you know. But if you didn't buy a yogurt, and if you didn't buy apple juice, your ass shouldn't be grabbing it.
Yeah.
That's
You'll
simple.
you'll be surprised. There's a guy on TikTok. He does. There's a couple people who do that. They're like, "I'm gonna put laxative in the food," and someone's like, "That's a crime," but they're like, "No, because I don't know who's taking it, and how the you people don't know I'm doing it to help release myself. That's their fault for stealing my food, and then they get
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
in the bathroom." But I was like, "That's yeah, I don't know," because you're right. Why? One time it happened. Someone took some soda that I had in there, and then at this one place, and then I think there was like a little bit of my food gone, but
Mm-hmm.
what about potlucks though, right? I know that people just stack up on potlucks. Every time I went to a coworker's potluck or my partner tell me,
Mm-hmm.
people get all this food, save it, and then you go if you have lunch at different times and there's nothing. Have you
Yeah.
experienced that?
Uh, Not at work yet, but
Right.
I did experience that at school. And I was
Oh,
like, and I was like, when people get up for the potluck and they overfill their plates, and I'm like, do they not see how many of us are in this room? Like, everybody needs to eat.
yeah. It's
And I'm
not a
like,
buffet.
I honestly, that day, I was like, why are you guys grabbing double plates? I said, you guys need to make sure everybody eats first, and then if there's leftovers,
Yeah.
get up and go get some. And then I did say a comment like, who the hell raised you guys?
Oh wow. I
and
mean, I'm the kind of person
after
that I
that,
won't eat until everybody eats. So I can imagine like
yeah,
that you're pretty courteous too to be in a place like that. It's like you guys act like you
yeah.
haven't ate before.
After that, I was like, I lost some people.
Really? Did
You
they
know,
treat you
yeah,
differently or?
yeah. They just didn't want to talk to me anymore. But I'm like, I don't care. I don't need
Well,
people
you
like
can
that in
have
my
what you
life.
need.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
don't need no greedy ass people in my life.
The thing is, like, I don't understand how people. This is not a buffet, Vegas buffet. This is
Yeah, it's
you
not a
make a
fucking
certain amount.
buffet.
Yeah, and
Ah,
people do that all the time with pizza. It'd be gone. My partner, they get like reps coming in. They always get food, and then she's always like,
mm-hmm.
it's just crazy. They always pout. But I worked at a place like that before, where they just get it, and then you open the fridge, and then someone else will eat it because they think it's there. But it's hard. I get
I
it.
find I find it crazy like that people will actually eat like food that's in Tupperware.
Yes, it's
One,
insane. Yes.
you know damn well you didn't bring that Tupperware. Two, you don't know how people live. You don't know how they be cooking. You don't know if they have fucking rats or roaches, and
Yeah.
you don't know. You don't even know if they washed their hands before they
Yeah.
made that
You
food.
can't eat at everybody's house. They say.
So why would you even like? I don't know. I
Yeah,
find that crazy.
yeah, it is
It
annoying.
hasn't happened to me yet, but I've heard like
You just gotta
people
be
have warned
cautious.
me.
People do get
Mm-hmm.
offended too if you don't eat their food. But I always say, well, I am lactose, and I'm very cautious because certain stuff I just cannot eat, and I don't know what they mix in
Yeah,
there. And I think you have some allergic reaction to that to some stuff,
yeah,
right? But they get offended. But when I go to potluck, I always buy stuff because that's the last thing I want to hear anyone talk shit about what I made or whatever at work.
yeah,
But I also don't eat unless I know them or I've been there. Or I just don't eat potluck. I eat some stuff like, oh, this is good or this is good, but
yeah,
it's just cautious. But I've ate stuff at potlucks. I got sick. There was a guy like that. His coworker, he got all
yeah.
his coworkers sick. It was so sad. It was awful. It's not funny. Somewhere in the South, but anyways, annoying coworkers. So, and then I guess have you ever had? Do you know anyone who ever got accused for being an annoying coworker themselves?
What do you mean
Like
accused?
if someone say, "Oh, Jay's awful coworker. They're this, and this, and this,"
Yeah,
that you
like
know, yeah.
yeah. There's two girls at work that you
No,
know.
like people you know in your personal
One,
life.
oh, in personal life.
Yeah. Maybe
Um,
they're like, "Oh, my coworkers are accusing me of this, this, and this," and you're probably like, "Well, I can see why," or
no,
yeah, just curious.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah, no, not me, but I think the quiet ones. So I know you're getting used to your coworkers, but you also told me something about taking your workspace.
oh yeah. I feel like there's annoying ass people,
Uh-huh.
childish people,
Yeah.
and I don't know if it's like marking their territory or or trying to show dominance because I'm like the new girl, whatever. But there's like people like they'll take over your workspace and it's like, excuse me, do you not see me working right here? Like I know this is a community office, but if I'm busy in this computer,
Yep.
you have no freaking business right here.
Yeah.
Especially when there's like three or four that are empty.
Dominance, like
Like,
mark their
yeah,
territory.
I was
Right.
like, whew, yeah.
Yeah. There's always
But I
like,
was like,
go ahead. Yeah.
oh no, no. I was just like, oh, I've matured because if I was younger, you would have gotten your ass popped.
But you also don't want to lose your job, right? We got to be a certain
Karate chop.
way when we go to work, right? Yeah, I get that. Because I think there are a lot of annoying coworkers, but rude coworkers,
Hmm.
entitled coworkers, especially ones who've been there
Yeah.
for a while. I had a friend tell me yesterday, like, they're newer to their job, and someone was like, "Oh, well, you're new. We want to be close to you," but they exclude her out. But like, how are you going to get to know her? You don't have to be buddy buddy. She's doing her work,
Yeah.
but they do a lot of heavy work, so they always feel like excluded. They feel like they go to work, they don't have any support. It's hard. You feel alone, right?
Hmm.
So when I work at places, I always try to include people, but then I'm like, there's a point where you're just like, okay, I'm cool because they're not about it. Whatever.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
All right.
Yeah, so yeah, I just feel like you would think that the workforce would be smooth and, you know,
Yeah.
but no.
No,
No.
it's not. And I
We
hear
got
different.
we got every, I feel like every place got the Karens, every place got the nosy asses. You're an adult. Mind your own damn business. You always have those people that are like, what is she doing? Why is she not working? Why is she not doing this? Why is she not like, look, get your shit done. Don't worry about what she's doing.
Yeah.
And then there's the ones that are always want to be like act like they're the supervisors. And it's like,
Yeah.
girl, they are not paying you supervisor money.
I was just
Okay?
going to ask you that, the little
So,
snitches, right?
yeah, so sit your butt down
Yeah.
and act what they're paying you. Okay?
Yeah. Well, they want some importance. I always say this when people come in and work, like they cannot let go whatever they don't have control at home, true or not, there's no reason to try to take control at work again. Like, don't you
Mhm.
know just sit back and do your job and just mind your business? Like, leave us
Yeah.
alone. There's always
Yeah.
one of your
Yeah,
like
yeah.
snitches, oh, they're doing this. There was a lady at work
Mhm.
who would change her things and come in later and stuff, and I didn't even know that, but they were telling me, or it was like a disruption. But this one person, I guess they were leaving during breaks if we get free time,
Mhm.
and someone was telling someone like, "Oh, you know, you can't leave anymore because someone messed it up for us." And I'm like, "Why are you even telling her that? Like,
Yeah.
that's not your business. Like, if they want to leave, that's their business. Let them get in trouble." Like,
Yeah.
I don't think that person was saying it to help them. I think they were trying to make an issue. You know, and who
Mhm.
has that time to watch someone and complain all the time? Really, shouldn't
The
you?
people that are not doing their job.
Exactly. Yes.
I think they complain and they keep an eye on everybody else and that if you have that much time then that means you're not getting your shit done.
Oh,
You're
100.
not getting your shit done
Yeah.
cuz you're too busy watching what everybody else is doing.
Exactly. Listen, I was a manager for a year. I always say this, I'll never be it again. You can pull my leg, pay me whatever. I just want to sit back, do my job, whatever, because
Yeah.
it's the toughest thing because you hear things from all everywhere and how people want to push you
Mhm.
down too because they don't like your style. And I got challenged a lot by guys when I was a manager. It was interesting. Like they just felt like
Yeah.
this older guy. They just felt superior, I guess. I don't know why. Talk down on you and stuff.
Older people are so hard to work with. Like they're stuck in their own ways and
Yeah.
you can't tell them
They have
nothing.
a different work ethic, I think. So they
Mhm.
just feel like
Yeah, they do.
they don't call out. Some of them, right? But they don't have to be rude and stone cold.
Mhm.
Some, right, to you. Yeah. Do you work with a
Yeah.
few older people?
Yeah.
Yeah, I have a few
I
too.
have
Yeah.
yeah, I have a few older people and um they're not as big of a problem, but it's just like you can't tell them anything cuz they know more than you. They think they're better than you.
Right.
And then they'll mess up and then I'll be like, I told you."
Yeah. My partner's told me some stories, like even those ladies with all these kids that work, but they is like mind your business because you can't whatever at home. Don't come here and act like you're someone's cold.
Yeah.
I mean, like superior or whatever. It's frustrating, right?
Mhm.
Another thing. Stay in your lane. Stop being. Ugh. It's just like shut up. You just want to tell them,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
Do you have like
yeah.
every job has this, like at school, which I'm sure you experience this too. You always
Yeah.
have that
Uh-huh.
one person. They always have to say something, and they're like, "Are they
Oh yeah.
making sense, or do I not
Yeah.
just comprehend what they're saying right now?" Do you have that?
Yeah. Yes. And you always have the fucking know-it-alls. The ones that know
Actually,
everything. And you can't tell them shit cuz it's like, "Okay, no, we used to do it like this and I'm used to doing it like this." And I'm like,
but obviously it didn't work that way the first time.
"Yeah." And then I'm like, "Humble yourself."
Yeah.
Cuz I'm a new girl where I'm working at and there's another new girl.
Uh
And
huh.
I went in humble as heck.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
I'm letting everybody teach me a little bit of their techniques, a little bit of, their wisdom, and I'm taking it in. I'm not like,
Yeah.
"Oh, I already know that." But the other new one is like, "Oh, I already know that." "Oh, we
Yeah.
don't do it like that where I used to work." And
Well, you
it's
don't work
like,
there no more, girl.
"Girl, you don't work there anymore. You're in a new place. They're taking their time to teach you. Shut your mouth
Yeah.
and just listen."
Yep. No, for real, yeah. I think I told you
Mhm.
this a while ago too. I had two supervisors that told me don't fall into patterns, which is very interesting that they told me that with other two people.
Mhm.
And I was like, they didn't tell me who it was, but I was like, ah, I know now. I see.
Yeah.
Because it's so easy to be impressionable or make it like when I shadow people, they do it one way. And I'm like, should we do
Mhm.
it this way? But like, I'm the kind of person, I'm going to figure it out before I ask for help. I'm like the quiet one. I
Yeah.
do what I got to do, boom, boom, boom. But it's like, learn when you shadow people and see how they work differently, you're just like, I don't know, no reason, no wonder why you have a problem at work,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah. But you're right, everyone's
And then
annoying. I don't know. Yeah.
yeah. And I try not to correct anybody because I'm like, I don't know. Like, I'm just trying to learn a little bit from everybody.
Yeah.
But, but I am selective of what I'm gonna follow and what I'm not gonna follow. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
Yeah. No,
But
for sure.
I'm not gonna be mean in their face and be like, "Oh, you're doing that wrong." You know? It's
Yeah.
like, "Oh,
Yeah.
okay,
I
thank
get
you."
that. Yeah.
But then when it comes to me doing it by myself, I'm like, "All right, I didn't like how she did that, but I'll be doing this instead."
Right. If it seems
Mm-hmm.
wrong, I'm sure whatever, if you have a handbook or something, or ask someone, hey, can you remind me how to do this again? But those
Yeah.
know-it-alls that you shadow, who they can get you in trouble and make you mess up,
Oh
and they
yeah.
can be setting you up too. But that's annoying because it's like, why? You're gonna ruin a
Yeah.
situation for someone because you're too lazy or whatever it is to teach them
Mm-hmm.
the right way because you did it
Yeah.
this way, you know?
Yeah.
I don't know. And I also think the supervisors make you shadow everyone or see how they do it just to see, just like,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna do it that way because I can't imagine they're not aware, right?
Yeah. And then also, I feel like the supervisors, you know, they'll hear things here and there from everybody. And they'll like, "Okay, how's the new girl doing?"
Yeah,
They have
of
a little
course.
comments.
Of
Uh,
course, my partner told me that there's that one lady who was complaining about like I didn't get invited. She's all I swear she should just get a desk and put it in the supervisor's office because she acts like she's one, but she's in there all the time and she always gets her way because she's been there for 20 years or whatever, right?
yeah.
But that's annoying too
Uh,
because then makes you feel like I'm complaining or I'm not even complaining. I'm trying to bring a problem up. Supervisor's not doing anything about it, and then they take that person's side because
yeah.
they think, oh, well, you were here so long, you must be right instead of listening to both sides. That's annoying
Yeah.
too, right?
I hate that seniority bullshit
It
that
is.
they
It's so
have.
stupid.
It's like,
Yes.
okay, just because they've been here longer, but I think I should focus on like this person has only been here for X amount of years
Yep.
and has accomplished this, this, and that more than the person that's been here for 20 years. Just because they've been here 20 years, but did they really accomplish what this person just
Yeah.
accomplished in 2 years?
And you
You
don't know
know?
it all because they were in one position to
Mm-hmm.
another position, right? So now you're like,
Yeah.
what are you doing? Why are you up in the supervisor's ass? You know? One time,
But there's so many ass kissers
yeah,
that I'm like, you brown noses. Like, you
I
don't
know.
smell that?
Smell that shit, right? I had a performance review years ago when I was younger, and they told me I guess one of my downfalls was not asking for help or reaching out. And I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't need it. Like, how am I get written on that because I don't come to your office to talk to you all the time? That's
Yeah.
crazy. Like,
Because
because I
I
have a problem
figure shit
solver.
out.
Yeah, because you don't hear from me. They're always, yeah, like, because I don't need to go to you guys. If there's not a problem, I can figure it
Yeah.
out. And when we get interviewed, they ask you, if you have a conflict, what do? You work it out with that coworker wherever first, or if there's a
Mm-hmm.
problem, and then you go to them. Supervisors are doing so much,
Yeah.
but I swear there's people who are just in that ass because, well, the supervisors. It's
Yeah.
annoying, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was like, this coworker thing. I was like, I feel like I'm back in high school, man. This is bullshit. Just give me my goddamn
Well,
money.
we spend so much
I
money.
want to go home.
Money. I said money, but we spend so much time with them, right? And it's like, how can you make it
Yeah.
enjoyable? I saw this thing on TikTok. It said two people. I never seen two people fall in love faster than two married couples. Two married people, because you spend so much time, but people get all messed up and stuff. But I think people are just annoying. I don't know if they know they're annoying. I
Hmm.
don't know. It's frustrating. Just wanna, I don't know.
Yeah.
But welcome to the
Yep.
field of full time. You've done full time work. It's just like different, right? Different
Yeah.
setting with more
Different.
people. But it's hard. Some people, that's why some people like working from home. Some people like solo things. It's not even work sometimes. Maybe if you get a shitty supervisor, fine, you can deal with it. But you get a shitty supervisor and a shitty
Hmm.
coworkers, it really makes you not want to work, you know?
Yeah.
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 Yeah. People
I don't
find
know.
anything to complain.
Yeah. So far, I'm like, I'm just going to smooth in here. Whoever likes me. Whoever doesn't, just get the fuck out of my way.
You're like, ooh, bitch.
You know?
Just kidding.
Move, bitch.
That's funny. Yeah. You know what? Hey, I
Yeah.
know we're gonna try to pop out more episodes like every, I don't know, we're gonna try to do two a month maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah. But let
Yeah.
us know if you have any annoying coworkers. What's your
Or
stories?
any cheesemate with coworkers.
Yeah. Yeah, for
Ooh.
sure.
I feel
Hopefully we're
like the
not one of
next
your
episode,
coworkers. Just
yeah. Hopefully they're not following. No, just kidding.
you were gonna say next episode.
Yeah, next episode maybe it should be like any hot cheesemate from coworkers. They'd be
Yeah,
raunchy.
it could
They'd be
be.
nasty.
I know
No,
some
just
things
kidding.
my other job, but I can ask people around too, right? But anyways, as
Yeah.
always, thanks for spending this time with us. I hope you watch the whole thing.
Please subscribe, follow, hit that like button, share. Please share.
Always, yes.
Share everything. And then comment below. All
Yeah.
right. Have a good night, guys.
Peace.
Bye.